I'm training with weights 3 days a week. Every week, your boy is PRing, y'all. You have to understand that this is what you need. This is what you need to make your goals and your dreams a reality. What's up, guys? It's your boy Nick Young with another episode. Every week, your boy is PRing, y'all. I'm having some fun. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm having some fun. I'm enjoying this process right now. It's good. I like it. I like it. So, like I told y'all, it's no different. I practice what I preach, y'all. Um, I'm only in the gym. I'm only training with weights 3 days a week, y'all. That's it. I'm pushing 3 days a week. Rest of it is all recovery. So I don't really worry about it. Strength is there. Everything feels good. The body feels good. I'm enjoying it. And now that I'm, going into the prep, the goal now is to be able to stick to it, right? So like I told you guys, it's all about sustainability anyways. And you want to make sure that you can be in the gym. You got to make sure that your body feels good. You got to make sure that you can do it day in and day out. You got to make sure that your body's recovering. And what works best for me, and I'm not saying it's what works best for you, you still need to get the proper recovery that's meant for your body. But what works for me is 3 days a week. That's it. So I hit the gym on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I really, really focus on driving intensity and form. And now we starting to move a good amount of weight, you know. And for this Sunday, now that I'm going into the prep, you know, the calories and stuff like that are coming down. So I'm gonna have to be a lot more strategic about, my lifting and things like that. So usually when I'm kind of more into the off season, I'm doing like an extra day, but when I start getting into the prep, I got to pull a day out because we're pushing some load, trying to hold on to the muscle while we're dropping some weight. So you got to make sure the body's recovering. And on top of that, you start pushing a lot of weight and load, you put a lot of stress on your joints. So it's critical that you make sure that you hit be effective with the movements and your movement patterns and paying attention to that. Because otherwise, you're going to break the joints down. You won't be in the gym for long, especially when you're moving some heavy loads, right? Because it's less room for error if you're not lifting properly. Because the lighter the weight, you still want to focus on, driving performance and being effective at the lift and looking at your movement pattern. But, when it's a lighter weight, of course, your chances of magnifying the injury or whatever it is greater, right? So you pushing, 135, but you have the ability to do 225. Of course, 225 doing that pattern wrong is definitely going to hurt you way more than what a 135 is because you probably can control the load. So that's going to be, my thing here, as I start to drop the weight, the body fat and stuff starts to come down, the recomposition, starts to happen. I've got to make sure that I'm able to, push the proper load with the proper intensity, but I'm also focusing on my joints and doing the movement patterns properly and making sure that the exercises are effective and making sure I'm not in the gym for a very long time. Also, right now I push between 45 to minutes to an hour. More times than not, it's an hour. Uh, but probably for about 15 to 20 minutes of that time, I'm talking, with other people. And it's not because I actually just like to talk in the gym. Really, it's, I'm starting to get to the point where people are noticing me and things like that. And so they approach me in the gym and they ask questions and we chat a little bit. So I'm trying to cut down on that just a little bit, just because it does disturb your workout at times. And then plus, I don't like to be rude to others either. So I try not to mess with people when they're doing their workouts. If we're gonna talk, we'll sit down and talk after the workout. But that's an update on me, y'all. Your boy is, moving in the right direction. Yes, the weight is up, but right now, we're going to start working on pulling the weight down. And when I say the weight, I mean really the body fat, right? So the weight is going to come down naturally, but the goal is going to be to keep as much muscle as I possibly can. So I'm expecting to either maintain the strength throughout in most cases, but if I can, I really want to keep pushing for the PRs. When I say PR guy, don't get me wrong. I don't do. I'm not maxing out. So can I lift heavier? Yes, but I'm not maxing out. I'm not doing that. So PR don't necessarily mean that it's always got to be a max out, right? It could just simply be that you did more reps with a certain weight this time than you did the last time, right? So it's just improving, the load. That's really all it is, right? When we start talking about overload, it's not always that you're pushing the maximum load you can lift. Overload can just simply be volume, right? improving the weight, but yes, you can improve the volume, which means the amount of repetitions that you do. It could also mean the amount of repetitions that you do in a shorter period of rest time. So there are certain measures that you guys can also use. But for me, I'm not maxing out. So when I say PR, most of the time I'm doing more reps at a heavier weight, if that makes sense. And then every now and then when I reach a rep goal, I'll move to the next weight, right? So anytime, you hear me saying that, that is what I'm referencing. So your boy's about to get ready to start recompositioning and start bringing some of the weight down, start pulling some of the body fat down and trying to keep the muscle. So I want you guys to stay tuned in that process because we're going to keep driving. We're going to keep working. Do you hear me? PXL for coaching. I'm out.